entrepreneur! Today's topic is how to create customer invoice in Xero Accounting. And don't worry, I will guide you step by step with the minimal accounting jargon as much as possible. Today, you will learn all about how to create your customer invoice in 6 simple steps. What is customer invoice? What are the information that you need to prepare? 3 different methods to access Xero New Invoice page. How to save customer invoice in PDF, Excel or other formats. And how to send the customer invoice to customer directly from Xero. Hi there! I'm so happy to see you here. I'm Sharon from nutsaccounting.com and I help online entrepreneurs to use cloud accounting system like a pro in simple English. At Nuts Accounting, there's weekly tips and tutorials on cloud accounting system and online business curated just for you. I have prepared a free guide for you, which is 6 tips to create customer invoices faster in Xero. And you can grab your free copy at nutsaccounting.com/12. I repeat, nutsaccounting.com/12. Just a quick disclaimer, this video is not sponsored by Xero Accounting in any ways at all. I'm a Xero certified advisor and I receive a small commission when you sign up or renew your Xero subscription through me. I created this video only based on my personal experience in using Xero Accounting, and I hope that by sharing my knowledge with you, you can use yours better. So first off, what is a customer invoice? A customer invoice is a commercial document which records a transaction of sales to your customer. Step 1. The information that you need. Step 1. You will need to prepare all the information on hand before you can start creating your customer invoice. The first one is your customer name and address, and your delivery name and address, customer's PO number or reference number if there is any, and sales details of your goods, of your items, of your quantity and your selling price. And if you are selling a service, you will need to have the details of your services and your selling price. And the tax code if you are registered with any of the sales tax such like VAT or GST. This one you may check with your accountant for the correct tax code to use in your tax invoices. So if you are registered as a VAT or GST registrant, then there will be a certain tax requirements on your invoice layout. So you may check this out with your accountants. In this example, I have received a purchase order from my customer, which is Bayside Club. This is my customer. I have received a purchase order from them with all the description, with all the details of the items that they want to purchase, the quantity and also the total amount. So just have a quick look in detail. On the top part here, we received the purchase order from this customer Bayside Club, and this is the mailing address, and these are the details of the PO date, delivery date, PO number. This PO number will be used when we create our customer invoice, and also the state tax ID if there is any. And moving down on this page, there's all the details of the description of the products that they are going to purchase, and the quantity, and what are the agreed discounts and the unit price and the tax percentage. And in this PO, they have already calculated all the amounts, but some PO might not have the calculation of the price here. So it depends on what layout or what purchase order that your customer provide to you. So once you have your purchase order on hand, we have all the information that we need to do our customer invoice. Now, step 2, you need to open your Xero New Invoice page. In Xero Accounting, there is 3 different methods to access this same page that you are going to see, that I'm going to teach you in a while. So there is 3 different methods. Method 1, I'm going to go through method 1 with you first, and this is the most long-winded way to access this page. But you can also say that this is the supposedly route that Xero has designed for you. But anyway, we will look at method 2 and method 3 later, which I will consider those as a shortcut for you. So now method 1 is, once you have logged into your Xero accounting, on your dashboard here, you will notice there's the menu at the top. So click on Business and then click on Invoices. So once you have clicked on Invoices, Xero accounting will now load into your Invoices page. So on this invoice page, click on New Invoice button at the top bar here, and then you will reach the New Invoice page here. Few steps that you need to click before you reach this page. So now we are going towards Open Xero New Invoice page method 2. So in this method, it's an easier way for you to access your new invoice page. On the top menu of your dashboard, click on the plus button here. Click on this plus button, click on Invoice, and now you will reach your new invoice page. It's exactly the same page that you have reached in method 1, just that in this step is way much easier. You will only need to click on these 2 buttons. So now you will reach your new invoice page. And method 3, this is the third method, which is also a shortcut for you. From your dashboard, click on this New Sales Invoice here. Click on this button and you will reach the new invoice page. So it's exactly the same page that you are going to reach, but there is 3 different methods for you to do so. So let me know in the comments below, which method do you use to access your new invoice page? Let me know whether you use method 1, method 2, or method 3. Alright, so now let's continue on to step 3. Step 3, fill in invoice header. For this example purpose, we are going to use classic layout and not the new invoicing layout. There is a slight difference between these 2 layouts because it's still new at this point of time of recording for the new invoicing layout, and there are a lot of functions and details which are not included in the new invoicing layout. So for the demonstration purposes today, we are going to use the classic layout to have all the full details available for us to fill in here. So on this classic layout, you fill in the top header part of your classic layout. Here you can fill in your customer name. At the To field here, fill in your customer name. You can type in, like my customer right now that I am creating an invoice for my customer is Bayside Club. So I can type in any of the alphabet within the name of my customer to have a quick search of my customer. So if I type CL on this field, it will show me these results. So it will match the result of CL as in club in the beginning of the word club, or CL in MCO cleaning services, or even in the middle of the word, which is Petrie McLeod here. In the middle of the word, C and L is available here. So it will show me all these results. So in other words, you can type in any of the alphabets within the customer's name to search for it. And if you couldn't find your customer and you are sure that this customer is new to your business, you can click on the last option here, which is Add CL as a new contact. Once you click this, it will brings you to a page for you to fill in more information of this new customer that you are creating. Alright, so once you have searched for it, you have searched your customer, then now let's head on over to the next one, which is your date, the date of your invoice. So click on the arrow button here and you will be able to select the date that you want. In my example, I'm going to select April 1st as my date of my invoice, and the due date will be the next information that you fill in. If you are giving a 30 days term, you can just type in plus 30 and it will calculate from the date of your invoice, which is April 1st, and it will calculate 30 days from April 1st as your due date here. So then the next one is your invoice number. This one is automatically generated, so you don't need to worry about it. And then the next one would be your reference number. So remember, in my purchase order that my customer has provided to me, there is the PO number provided in the PO itself. So I'm going to fill in the customer's PO number here so that it is easier for my customer to refer to. And then I'm going to choose branding. This branding actually is the layout of your invoice. So I'm going to choose standard for my layout. And the next one that you need to fill in is the currency of your invoice. I'm going to choose USD. And then the next part is the amounts. Whether your amount is tax inclusive or exclusive, or there's no tax, you can choose either one of it. So I'm going to give you an example here. In my example, my tax exclusive value is $40. So if I'm going to fill in all the details based on the excluded tax value, I'm going to choose tax exclusive. But if I would like to fill in the information based on the included tax value, then I will fill in according to, like, for example, it's 43.55. So 3.55 will be my tax. So after including the tax, it's going to be 43.55. So if you are choosing tax inclusive, do take note that the tax is already calculated within the selling price itself. Step 4. Fill in invoice content. So in step 4, this is the exciting part of all. This is the most important part of all, I would say. You will need to fill in all the information here in the details of all the items that you are selling to your customer. So I'm going to choose the items that I'm going to sell to my customer, the one that they have included in their PO, and then I'm going to choose the quantity that I am selling to them. And do take note here, there's this little black pop-up box that appears once you type in your quantity. Xero accounting system will let you know how many quantity that you have in your inventory at the moment when you create this invoice. If I have 5 in my inventory, of course I can sell from any quantity from 1 up until 5. And then the next part is to fill in the unit price, the selling price, and then the account number, and then the tax rate, and the amount in total itself. Alright, the next one is your amount. The amount in USD, in this example here, this amount is tax exclusive. So I've proceed to fill up the rest of the items here. So I fill it in, and do take note that the discount, once I type in the discount of 10% here, then this amount USD at the end of this particular row, it will be deducted accordingly. So now let's see. When I am selling this item $40 per item, and I am selling for 5 items, and I have the selling price, I will come to the selling price of 200. When I fill in the discount 10% here, this is in percentage. When I fill in 10 here and I press tab or click anywhere, do note that this particular USD amount here at the last part here will now change. So how does it come to this calculation? So it will calculate 10% of 200 equals to $20 of discount. So subtotal, it will list it out here, includes a discount of $20. And at the amount USD column, it will show 180 right now, because 200 minus 20 is equals to 180. Okay, and the next one, if you have filled up all the lines and you will need to create more lines for you to fill in, you can always click on Add a Line button. And once you are done, do check on the total here. Subtotal, how much is the discount and how much is the sales tax, and whether the selling price is accurate or is in accordance to what you want to sell to your customer. And now step 5A, save your new invoice. Well, step 5 is separated into 5A and 5B. So let's look at what is 5A. In step 5A, you will click on the Save button, the arrow right next to the Save button. When you click on this particular arrow, all this menu at the bottom of it will appear. You can save as draft, you can save and continue to edit, or you can save and submit for approval, or you may also save and add another. Or if you click on this big Save button itself, it will directly save your invoice and comes back and load to this page of invoices. And do take note that this particular box will appear here. Invoice submitted for approval. So once you click the big Save button, it will submit your invoice for approval. Step 5B, approve your new invoice. It depends on your user authority level within Xero itself. If you are authorized to approve any customer invoices, then you can save and approve. But if you are just a user with limited functions available, limited authority available, and you are not authorized to approve any of the customer invoices, then you will need to submit this invoice to your superior or your boss to approve this invoice. So while your boss or your superior who has the authority to approve your invoice will need to do this step. So they will need to come to this awaiting approval tab here in the invoice page and then choose the invoice that they want to approve. So click on this invoice that I'm going to approve right now, and it will load to this page to let me check all the details of the invoice, whether I will need to check whether it is correct or not. So once I have checked and everything is in order, I'm going to click on the little arrow button right next to approve, and I can choose any of the option here, whether I need to approve it only, or I can approve and add another invoice, or I can also approve and print this invoice as well. So once I click any of the selection, then I will be loaded back to this page with a special pop-up at the top now, invoice approved. Alright, so now let's move on to step 6, send the invoice to customer. In step 6, you can preview the invoice before you send it to your customer directly from Xero itself. So in step 6 here, all you need to do is click on preview right next to the email button. So click on it and this little pop-up will appear with a preview of your invoice. So do take note that at the top part here, there's this desktop version. It's like a monitor icon. So click on this monitor button to look at a preview of a desktop version, while you can click on this little handphone button, smartphone button, to preview the invoice on a smartphone layout. And the next part, of course, is to email your customer. So from Xero Accounting, click on the email button, and when you click on the email button, a new pop-up will appear with the Send Invoice pop-up. So this is where you draft your email to send to your customer. So fill in the customer's email address. If you have already filled this information into your customer master file, then this will automatically appear here. And then remember to check any of the boxes that you need to, like include files as attachment, include PDF attachment. You can also mark this as sent once the email is sent out, or you can also send a copy to yourself. And then click on Send. Once you have filled up everything, click on Send. Print to PDF. Another method, if you do not want to send the invoice directly from Xero Accounting to your customer, you can always save or print this invoice into a PDF file onto your computer, and then you send a separate email and attach the PDF file to your customer. Or maybe you would prefer to print it to PDF and then save a copy on your hard drives or on your database as a backup copy is also possible. So what you need to do is just click on the Print PDF button right next to the email button, and then the screen will turn slightly black, and then a pop-up will appear to ask you to confirm, would you like to mark this invoice as sent or not? So just click on mark as sent if you would like to mark this as sent, or just leave it as it is. And then once you have choose either of the option, then it will say preparing to print one invoice. And once it has finished loaded, this little small pop-up will appear at the bottom of your screen if you are using Google Chrome to show that your file has already been downloaded onto your computer. So this is how it looks like as a PDF copy in your computer. So this is the invoice, and this is the second page of your invoice, which has a payment advice printed at the bottom of the invoice. And so now you have completed all the steps that you need to create your customer invoice in Xero Accounting. And don't forget to grab your free guide of 6 tips to create customer invoices faster in Xero at nutsaccounting.com/12. I repeat, nutsaccounting.com/12. So just a recap, in today's video, you have learned the 6 simple steps to create your customer invoice with Xero. What is customer invoice? What are the information that you need to prepare? 3 different methods to access Xero New Invoice page. How to save customer invoices in PDF, Excel or other formats. And how to send the customer invoice to customer directly from Xero Accounting. So let me know in the comments below, would you like to use Xero like a pro? So if you are new to Nuts Accounting, remember to subscribe and hit the bell button to receive notification of new videos. And remember to like this video if you like this video, and share this video to your friends if you find this helpful. As always, Nuts Accounting is here to help entrepreneurs to master cloud accounting system and online business. So if you would like to learn more of any cloud accounting system or online business, click or tap on the screen right there to head on over to the next video. So I'll see you next time in the next video. Bye bye!